Before we get started with today's video, want to give a quick shout out and show some love to your head honcho, Dennis Allen, because it is his birthday. So join me in the comment section, by showing him some love. Type DA, type HBD, whatever you want to do, but show some love to your New Orleans Saints head coach. All right, as for what we're getting into on today's edition of Saints Now by Chat Sports, we're going to break down 5 burning questions around the New Orleans Saints heading into Week 3 of the 2023 NFL season as the Saints get ready to take on the Green Bay Packers. Welcome into today's show, Saints fans. My name is Trace Girouard. Hope you guys are ready for game day, and let's answer some burning questions and point out some questions that I have going into Week 3. Can the offense finish drives? That's my biggest question because, as we know, the defense, it's been stellar. We're going to talk about the defense here in great detail in just a moment, but the offense has kind of been bad. And I hate to say it, but it all starts with Derek Carr. And I will say the yardage in Week 1 was outstanding. I mean, over 300 yards. He had a touchdown, had an interception last week. No touchdowns and an interception, but 63.8 completion percentage thus far into the season. It's not great. I'd actually say it's pretty good, but it's not terrible. But I do want to see more. Like, you're getting to the red zone, but let's finish the frickin' drives because you're not going to win games by just kicking field goals. You got to score touchdowns, whether that's in the air, whether that's on the ground. You got to score touchdowns. Blake Grupe, he's great. He's been money ever since we've asked him to start kicking for the Saints. However, you got to finish drives. You're not going to win games come November, December, January, whenever you're only kicking field goals. You got to score touchdowns. But shout out to Blake Grupe. I mean, he has been pretty good. But in terms of the points per game for the Saints in Week 1 put up 16 points. And in Week 2, they put up 20 points. I mean, it's inexcusable. Like, you get to the red zone multiple times and you're kicking field goals most of those occasions. I hate to say it, but that's just not okay. I want to see the Saints put up touchdowns. I want to see the Saints score 20, 30, 40 points in the red zone in touchdowns. I don't want to see a bunch of field goals. Sure, it's nice to have that ability and be automatic there, but that's not going to win you games, like I said. So let's get the guessing game going. The over-under this week set at a 42.5. So let me know, will we get over or under 21 points from New Orleans this week? Type O for over, type U for under. This is the pinned comment, so if you get hit with the YouTube ad break, take advantage of it, share your thoughts, and let me know. All right, second burning question that I have is, how involved is Kendre Miller going to get? I mean, obviously, we all know the running back room, it's thin. Unlike my ex-girlfriend, it is thin. It is so bad because you only have Kendre Miller and Tony Jones Jr. running back 1 and 2. You got Alvin Kamara facing that suspension. You got Jamal Williams. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, that was just too good. Jamal Williams, he's dealing with that hamstring issue. He's going to be out for a few weeks. Kendre Miller is going to get most of the touches. Tony Jones Jr., he did great last week with 2 touchdowns on the ground. But hey, you got drafted in the 3rd round for a reason, so let's get a breakout game. Last time we saw Kendre Miller really get a lot of reps and a lot of snaps was in Week 2 of the preseason against the Chargers. He had 10 carries, 23 yards, a touchdown on the ground, but then he also had 3 receptions for 36 yards. And one of my favorite things about Miller is his contact balance, his explosiveness. I mean, he can just find holes and he can hit them giggity. And when you take a look at this picture, look how great this play was. Y'all remember this. Y'all remember my call. I went absolutely bananas when this play happened. And I think that Kendre Miller can make a huge impact on the game. But I also don't want to risk further injury. So be smart with his usage. You have Taysom Hill, you have Adam Prentice, and you also have Tony Jones Jr., who can take snaps as a running back or as a ball carrier. Don't overdo it. Don't risk further injury. You get Alvin Kamara back next week, so let's at least have 2 healthy running backs going into more divisional play. That's all I ask. And my third question that I have, will Taysom Hill be involved, and how involved will he be? Because Taysom Hill, it took a while for them to start using him. Pete Carmichael, Week 1, barely used Taysom Hill. But Week 2, thank you, Pete. Thank you for finally using the Storm and Mormon the way he should be used. Whenever it's 3rd down, whenever you just need a few yards, whenever you have the defense on their heels, put him in. Don't stop using him now. Don't slow it down. You got to keep it going. And I'm not just saying as a ball carrier and as a pass catcher because he is that tight end position, but I'm also going to say it as a passer. And I've said it before. Taysom Hill, great football player, but not a quarterback. However, let me say this. When you have a player who can be a threat as a pass catcher, as a ball carrier, and as a passer in one guy, that is unbelievable. If you have him line up 9 carries against Carolina, 75 yards on the ground, 8.3 yards per carry, and then he threw the ball once and had a completion, and it was an 8-yard completion, extended the drive. I love what they're doing. You got to keep it unpredictable. If you allow Taysom Hill to run the ball, if you allow him to throw the ball, if you allow him to catch the ball, if you allow him to do everything as the Swiss Army knife he is, it opens up the playbook so much more. So Pete Carmichael, keep it going. Let Taysom Hill sling the rock every once in a while. I'm not saying like 5-6 times a game, but once or twice? Heck yeah, because then you know what the other defensive coordinators are going to have to do? They're going to have to game plan for, oh crap, is he going to throw the ball? Come on, keep it moving and get Taysom Hill involved. And I will also ask this question. Can the defense stay hot? Quick reaction, I think they can. I really do think that this defense will be a quality unit all throughout this season. I mean, the big dogs up front in the trenches, they are eating. Carl Granderson and Cameron Jordan, they have combined for the most pressures by a duo. Before yesterday's Thursday night football game, this was week 2 stats, but they have combined for the most pressures by a duo on the defensive line with 11 each, adding up to 22 total. I mean, that is stellar. And then you want to talk about another stellar performance? Demario Davis. His PFF grade is the second highest among linebackers at an 89.7. The only one ahead of him is Matt Milano of the Buffalo Bills with an 89.9. So literally that much better. Just that much better. And Matt Milano just has a little bit more stats and a little bit more success in pass coverage, whereas Demario Davis has been lighting it up with tackles and with pressures and getting to the quarterback. And I will also add this. The Saints are one of 3 teams to only allow 1 touchdown on the season thus far. It's New Orleans, Cleveland, and Dallas. Keep at it. Keep the defensive points limited and keep making them kick field goals. And a big way to keep that in the game plan is with the flight crew right here. Get Marshon Lattimore, Paulson Adebo, and Alontae Taylor. Y'all got to feast. Make sure you eat your damn Wheaties and keep this thing going. Because if you can have all 3 of these guys firing on all cylinders and playing to the top of their ability, this DB unit will be stellar. And guys, if you want to make some money, I'm going to put down a lot of money this week on the Saints. Because here's the thing. They are 1-point underdogs, and that is absurd to me. You can't confidently tell me that you think Jordan Love is going to beat this incredible Saints defense. I mean, I just listed you a ton of reasons to why the defense is so good. So if you want to make some money and get rich with me, go to chatsports.com/bet, promo code chat125. Hammer Saints to cover +1, and I guarantee you're going to be making some money with me. So go get started. BetUS, best sports book in the game. Take advantage of the 125% deposit bonus using the code and link below. All right, last question I have. Is Jordan Love actually good, or is he just played against a bunch of shitty defenses? Like, played against the Falcons, which I'll say, they're better. They're better than they were last year. And he also played against the Bears, who, I mean, at this point, every single day there's a news story around the Bears, and they are clearly the biggest dumpster fire in all of sports right now. But Jordan Love has been playing, I hate to say it, pretty damn well. I mean, only a 55.8 completion percentage, 396 yards. Like, sure, that's not anything to go run home about. But 6 touchdowns and no interceptions? That's something that I think is very impressive, especially when it's his first season as a full-time starter. Do not sleep on Jordan Love. That's just what I want to say here. Don't sleep on the Packers quarterback. Show him what a great defense looks like and absolutely get after him. If y'all saw the video of Bryce Young literally lined up next to the wrong guy, and then Adam Thielen or Miles Sanders had to be like, hey, move back center. Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see the Saints defense get in Jordan Love's brain and absolutely buy real estate in there and rattle this kid. And in terms of the Packers injury report, you may be able to do that because they're going to They're not going to be out, Christian Watson or Aaron Jones. They haven't been listed out yet, but they are on the injury report. Christian Watson has been dealing with an injury. He may be ready to go. He was back at practice today. Aaron Jones, he was back at practice and stuff. So I think that this could be something that the Saints, I don't want to ever cheer for injuries, but this is something that if you are playing against a beat-up team, you got to take advantage of it, and you got to walk out with a win. So let me know, Saints fans, who you got. Type S for Saints, type P for Packers. Let me know down in the comment section. And as for what my score prediction is, I got the Saints winning 24-20. I really do think it might be actually a closer game. The Saints have played a lot of close games thus far in the season, so I don't think they're going to have a blowout yet. I think that the Saints will finally start getting some offensive, some get their swagger back. They'll get their juju going, but I want to see them absolutely dominate, and I do think the Packers are going to put up some points. But, guys, if you disagree with me, if you agree with me, or if you ever just want to chop it up, give me a follow at Trace Girouard 48. The link is also in the comment section and description of this video. I'm trying to grow my social media presence, so help me out. Give me a follow. And as always, y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time.